Here we go. Welcome back sa Powcast Sports, your home of real talk, raw opinions, and knockout analysis. Ako po si Pao Salud. My name is Pao Salud. And today we're diving deep into the curious, exciting, and slightly terrifying possibility in boxing. Brian Norman Jr., after winning against Gene Sasaki impressively, wants Manny Pacquiao. Let that sink for a second. The young lion versus the aging king. But the big question is, should that fight happen? But before we jumping into that, and before I give you my thoughts, you know what time it is.
Here comes the boom, boom, pow, Powcast Nation, stand up now. Get ready for the truth, Powcast, the pioneer, the original Pow. Sports updates join Powcast Nation. Powcast Sports number one. Powcast Sports, the number one independent sports voice in the Philippines.
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Obviously, I love talking about Pacquiao. All right? So, are you ready for the truth? Uh, Nothing but the truth, okay? So, let's go. Brian Norman. Who is this guy? First off, Brian Norman Jr. is not actually your average prospect. This kid is undefeated, 28 wins, 24 years old. And he just went to Japan and demolished Gene Sasaki in front of his home crowd. It was just another day in the office. Wow. He's fast, he's hungry, he's powerful, and definitely a lot younger. And now, he is interested in fighting the winner of Manny Pacquiao versus Barrios. That's okay. Now, whether that's a call out or a clout chasing move or a legitimate ambition, it got people talking. And you know what? It happens. It happens when Pacquiao names enters the conversation. Everyone listens, especially us Filipinos, of course. Now, here's the dilemma. Legacy versus limits. Let's slow down for a bit, okay? Manny Pacquiao. Let's just assume that he wins the fight, okay? Manny Pacquiao, 46 years old. Let's stop pretending that is normal in boxing. That's legendary and also dangerous. Most people are going to say he has nothing to prove, and that is actually right. A division world champion, fought legends across 4 decades. Man, and he was still competitive in his 40s. And not just that, he became a senator, helped people, inspired millions. What more do we want from this man? Yet, here we are. 2025. Manny Pacquiao is gearing up to face Mario Barrios, the current WBC World Welterweight Champion. And let's be honest. Well, some people call Barrios as the weakest among the welterweight kings. But even then, Barrios is no joke. He is in his prime. He's sharp. He's tall. He's strong. He's handsome, but not as handsome as me. So, man, that's still going to be a difficult fight. But if Manny wins this fight, which is already a huge ask, imagine the headlines. Just imagine this. Pacquiao is back. Pacquiao world champ again at 46. Pac-Man shocks the world again. And you know what happens when you shine again? You know what happens? The wolves comes knocking. And obviously, one of those wolves is Norman. He's hungry. He's not alone. A lot of people definitely want to fight Pacquiao. But we're talking about Norman because he had this challenge or ambition. He's watching. He's waiting. He's licking his lips. I'm sure he's probably wanting Pacquiao to win because that's gonna be a bigger fight. And why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't anyone be? Pacquiao's name still brings legacy and definitely money. And if you're a young lion like Norman, beating Pacquiao could catapult him into superstardom overnight. If that is a legitimate win, of course. And that is where things go crazy these days. If Pacquiao wins against Barrios, what's next? Right? Unification? Crawford? Boots Ennis? I don't know. I don't know. These are young and prime. These are killers. And they're just getting started. Now, I don't know if you've seen this, but even Governor Chavit Singson, one of Manny's closest friends and political allies, said it best. If he wins this, he'll probably take another fight. Not like it's a problem, but man, because of Manny's spirit, the warrior fire in him never dies. But also, that is the exact reason why the fans need to think twice. This isn't hate, it's concern. Now, I know some of you might say, Pau, are you doubting Pacquiao? Pau, are you now turning your back against the GOAT? Absolutely not. I am one of the biggest Pacquiao fans in the country, but my job isn't just to cheer. And you know that. That's why some of you like me. That's why some of you hate me. My job is to be honest and give you the facts. This isn't hate, it's just concern. We've asked too much of this man already. He's given us classic wars, historic nights, comebacks, heartbreaks, and miracles. And if he beat Barrios, I hope that is the final chapter. I know it's tempting to chase the greatness one more time, but how many more, one more do we need? Right? Hear me out on this. Because I think this is the fantasy fights that makes more sense. Just in case, if Manny, if he still wants to fight, I get it. The ring is his temple, and then I say this. Let him fight someone where the stakes are still high, but the risk is reasonable. And who are those? Not those young fighters. Give us Pacquiao Mayweather too. That's for closure, legacy, and for the fans, obviously. And that will be a big, big fight. Give us Pacquiao versus Marquez. At least he's also old. And there's a drama, there's a storyline. Even give us Conor McGregor. Why not? That's big money. Because at this point, money should not be a thing. But, I'm sure we want to get entertained. But Manny doesn't need belts too. He doesn't need to unify. What he needs is to protect his legacy, obviously his health, because that's important in the long run. He's already a GOAT. He's a GOAT in my eyes. No one has done what he has done. And I say this, no one. Give me a name. No one. But just for a second, let's just imagine this. Imagine Pacquiao versus Norman actually happens. Whew. You know what would happen? Man, every major boxing channel or pages would be on fire. The media would lose their minds. I mean, they're already losing their mind with Barrios because, Pacquiao is coming back. Now, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube is going to be Pacquiao all day, especially in the Philippines. Not now. Today, with the Barrios fight, Philippines still hype. The world kind of still talking about it, but imagine if he wins against Barrios and come back and then unify against Norman. Man, Norman becomes the villain and Pacquiao will be the immortal hero. That is crazy. That is exciting. That is dangerous. And it might just break boxing. Man, at the end of the day, I just want to say this. First of all, Manny, thank you so much. You've given us more than enough. You defied time. You've carried the nation. You outclassed every eras. But now, win or lose against Barrios, maybe it's time to call it. Not because you cannot do it, but because you don't have to anymore, Manny. You've already won. Okay, I mean, you're already a winner, whether you win or lose against Barrios. And, that's all I wanted to say. That is actually it for this episode. And just in case you enjoyed my kind of speech, my opinions, I would like you to like, comment, and let me know what you think. And if you haven't subscribed, I did this in English because I know there will be international interest in this one. Let me ask you, do you want to see, if Pacquiao wins, do you want to see Pacquiao unify against Barrios? Let me know in the comment section. As always, I am Pau Salud, and that was your Boom Boom Pow breakdown. See you next round, guys.